Cash, and welcome back to Cash Talks Football, where today we're breaking down the goals scored in the Champions League between Sporting and Arsenal. There's a couple of points that we're going to show you here. I'm going to show you patterns of play in Arsenal's attacking third and what they're trying to do there and how that progresses. I'm going to show you the difference in defenders trying to defend and defenders just not doing their job properly. Both times ends up in a goal, but you can see the difference in attitude in players and defenders, and we're going to cover a little bit of that as well. A couple other little key points, because I don't think that's a penalty. It's a penalty as well, and I'm going to explain why. And when you see it, you're probably going to go, there's only one little caveat that I'm going to throw in there that they might be giving it. And because some of the rules in the Champions League are different than the Premier League and things, so they do mandate certain things. So sometimes you'll see penalties and stuff given for other things that you won't see in other leagues. But right now we're going to come on to these patterns of play from Arsenal, and we're going to talk about training sessions. So normally when you're running a training session and you're starting, you've got your your traditional warm-up and all that sort of nonsense. But what a lot of the top clubs do, they just do rondos, keep away. So they'll have 1, 2, 3, 4 players, Piggy in the middle. Actually, they won't have 4. They'll have 4 players, but that's the cones. They'll have 4 players, one will be in the middle, and they'll be passing the ball around, okay? And that's exactly what they're doing here. And the reason you introduce patterns of play is so when you're coaching patterns of play, it's not like, okay, this is the set play that we are trying to run. It's not. It's you coach maybe 500-600 different styles and patterns, and you go, well, that many, yeah, because everything's got a little tiny variant. Every little tiny variant. So where the player goes right instead of left, one variant. Each little player you can do that with. So this player could go right or left, right or left, right or left. So that's how many different variants you get. So you kind of know where people are going, and then the game will dictate which way you're going to play and how it's going to work. And you just do it because you've practiced all of these different styles and patterns of play. So right now you can see that little rondo that I'm talking about, 1, 2, 3, 4 players. They're starting to build their little square and then try to create some movement. So the square is to keep the possession, and then we're trying to make movement after that. So as we move this ball on, look, Bosch, in it goes here. You can see he's in a pocket of space. And if anyone saw my breakdown on the weekend, you can see how key this pocket of space is for Arsenal. And they do attack down this side. This is where their quality is with Olgard and Saka. And generally what these players are here to do, their job is to finish on the back post, which is really key here. They don't really sort of build play and have creativity over here. And this is why when one of the key players of Olgard and Saka are out, all their creativity dies, because it all functions on this one right hand side here. And this is what they do. So they're going to move the ball around, and they're going to wait for a run. They're going to wait for a mistake in the defense, and that's when they're going to capitalize. Okay, so as this ball moves forward here, Bosch, there we go. Now you can see that we've got a bit of a defensive mistake, because all of a sudden 1, 2 have gone towards the ball, and they've kind of left this guy a little unmarked here, and now he can make his run in behind. It's that simple. That's what they're doing, keeping the possession, moving the ball, waiting for that run, and that's what they get. Boff on the go, and there's the run and the pass. Now you can see this defensive shape here from this player. Because he went to run and pressure the ball, his shoulders were here, he was facing this way. Now his shoulders are here, and he's facing this way. So he's done a big merry-go-round turn to try to defend, okay? If he was a decent defender, and he was taught about body shape and body position, when he was here, he wouldn't have turned his shoulders so far to go this way like that. He would have turned to face the outside, and he would have been able to defend this. So he'd basically be facing this way instead of that way, so he would be able to pressure that ball straight away. That is one of those key differences that most people won't even see, but as top coaches we will, and we'll go, right, if that player turns left instead of right, it's not a goal, because he's going to defend that. That is the differences at this level, okay? Now remember, we've created the chance on our right-hand side. We're waiting for our left-hand side, and their job is to come in and finish. And in they do. They come in and finish. We've got 2 opportunities for them to finish, as long as there's a quality ball in, and it's a quality ball. So when this ball fires in, Bosch, into the net box. Now let's look at the next goal, because it's almost a carbon copy of this goal. And you're going to go, Cash, it looks nothing like the other goal. It's completely different. Nope, same principles, same ideas. We can see the 1, 2, 3, 4 again. We're trying to keep the possession on this side, open up to make a run in behind or to make a creative pass, okay? That's what we're trying to do. We've got one player in the middle. As you can see, no one's contesting here, which makes it very, very easy for them to move the ball around. Let's just move that on 1 second. Right, there we go. Sorry, there's something on the screen and it's not. It's on the field. It's like, oh my God, something's on my computer screen, and there's a white dot on the field instead. Right, so the ball's moved back. As you can see now the square has kind of changed a little bit. It's not quite a square, but you've still got all your key components there, all your key players are there, and now the pressure starts to come. Remember, when they pressure the ball, what do they leave in? They leave space, and that space gets exploited. How does that space get exploited? I'm showing you. Watch. The ball's moved to here, he stepped forward, and so is he, and so is he. Now you can see that pocket of space right there. That's where all the space is. That's what they're looking to exploit. Now the offside trap isn't going to work because these players are too far back, all because of a little bit of ball movement. And it's a similar look. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. There's our little square that we just had a second ago, and it's a through ball through, exactly the same. 1, 2, 3, 4, keep possession, and we've got a through ball for the runner again. Same movement, same possession, same style, same sort of answer. That's what they're looking to do. Is it in the exact same place? No, but it's the same sort of pattern, and that's what you look to do, is have the patterns in a little bit different areas and exploit those little different things. And you can see clearly this is where all of their creativity comes from, to get in behind people. And this side, we can just see they've got no interest in getting near the ball or doing anything, just being there to finish. So when Saka's in behind here, you can see that he's got all pretty much the time in the world. I don't think this is a cross as well. I think he's trying to finish this. If you watch how he strikes this ball, so as he brings it down, look, you can see, sorry to bring it down, bounces down to him. You can see he's trying to finish, but you've got two people again on the back post alert, coming in just to finish off whatever move. Now, I think he's trying to poke it just past the keeper, but thankfully his teammates are Johnny on the spot. I actually had to look at this because I thought it was going to go in, and you know those goals where someone else comes smashing in and takes it away from the striker just to pad their stats. I thought that was one of these, but it's not. It was actually going wide, and in comes Havertz, and he gets himself a little goal. Bosh, in he goes and just finishes it. Same passing pattern, same people coming in crashing on the back post. Kind of, it's not a same delivery, but it's all the same components that are making that goal happen again. Let's get on to the next one. So this one is the different levels of quality of defending. All right, have a little look at all of these players back here, and have a look at all these players back here. Anyone spot any problems? Yeah, that's just terrible. But I'll tell you, whoever Arsenal set piece coach is, he's doing a good job, because I like what he's doing. He's got players in the D here ready to put any ball back in. He's got another outlet to stop a counter attack. Fantastic, love that. Defensively, I love the fact that they've got somebody up here, but this is the problem. This is where the goal comes from. Okay, he's just going to run in. That's all he's going to do, is run in. And I like the fact that all of these Arsenal players are coming running in from the blind side as well, just to cause havoc and confusion. These defenders right here do not know what to do. They're all stood there in the box, marking nobody, going, well, all the players that we should be marking are hanging out on the back post. And because they're playing a system and not playing football, two different things, they're following what a manager's saying instead of having an understanding of what's going on the field. And that's huge in modern football. Footballers don't understand football anymore. They've been coached from such a young age, they just follow what the manager's saying. I can remember in 2002 and 2003 when we were coaching in the academies, explaining this. If you keep over-coaching, you're not going to create footballers, and trying to tell all these terrible coaches what they're doing wrong, and they wouldn't listen. And now they're in the Premier League doing it wrong, or in, coaching for Sporting. So all these players here aren't identifying that the threat is going to come in from somewhere else, not where they are. And basically, you don't have this many players. What you start doing is, you see this group of four here, at least two of these get away and come back here to slow their runs down. Not necessarily track their runs, but slow their runs down. Be in the way, run with them. But this is the key run here that we want to address. So as we watch this forward, watch this. And this is what I'm talking about. This defender here is not trying to run with the guy and stop his run. He's trying to hang off him. And when he actually headers the ball here, this guy is nowhere near him. Watch. Do you see he stopped? See his effort there? He's kind of half pushed him away because of his body. He was trying to hold him. He's unbalanced. You can see he's leaning forward and he's completely unbalanced. The reason he's unbalanced is because he was trying to foul the other guy instead of just run with him and jump for the header. If he ran with him and jumped with a header, this guy wouldn't have, I think it's Saliba, wouldn't have had such a free header and got a goal. So it looks like he's completely unmarked. Well, technically he is, because even if he's gone, with the run, the way he's done it is wrong. So because he's tracked the run incorrectly, he isn't in position to challenge for the header at the end of the run. And that comes down to his body shape is a little bit wrong. I'll show you that round. So at the beginning, you can see his body shape is wrong, right? So if you look at his shoulders and he's facing kind of that way, but you know he's running towards the goal. His shoulders, and he's facing that way. He needs to be slightly more turned, okay? So what does that mean? He either needs to be turned a little bit more flat and keep the defender in front of him, or if he starts making the outside run, have his shoulders and facing this way. I know his back's to the ball, but at least he can see what he's doing. What he's kind of done is in no man's land, where he's actually almost facing down the field, facing this way, and this guy's facing that way. Well, when you start running, you're going to run this way and he's going to run that way. It doesn't help you. And if you do start running and you're slightly off here, you're still running that way. So you want to put yourself in a situation where you really take one step back, this guy here, one step back into this right into this little space, so he keeps this player in front of him and he can track his run properly, be behind him and try to jump in front of him when the header comes up. Doesn't do any of those things, just tries to foul him a little bit and run with him a bit. Yeah, doesn't know his defending positions, body shape positions, or any of that when he's going up. Now we're going to show you the difference of defending from Arsenal. Even though that they score, I'm going to show you the difference in the level of commitment and trying to defend and trying to win the game. Okay, so this is where the ball's going to come in, right here on this. Actually, it's a decent header. Oh, I've got to give credit where credit's due. It's a decent header here into the near post because they're solidly got this area covered, but there's a little bit too much fighting going on here from the Arsenal player. And as we move this forward slightly, he probably, if he's taken a little bit of energy away from fighting and changed that to winning the football, he might have just paid attention and cleared the football instead of fouling the player. But when this guy comes in, gets a little knock on it, bosh. Oh, sorry, it's not a diving header. I thought it was a diving header. It's because I'm thinking of the defender. My coaching point, not about the finish. Finishes quality, gets it. But I want to point out this guy on the floor here. This is the guy marking him. This is the guy that makes the mistake. But why is he on the floor? Let me show you. He actually slips. If you see his foot, how do we know he slips? Because we can tell by the position of his foot and what his foot's doing. But he doesn't give up. He actually is on the floor from diving because he knows he's lost his man. He knows he's in trouble. He's kind of got caught into Olgard in this little fight here. By the way, this is the fight I'm going on about. If this player here, I think this is Saka, isn't fighting here. Oh, here's Saka, right? Fighting here, and he's actually looking at the football, he probably clears the ball. But again, this goes back to that overcoaching and that nonsense where they don't teach him football anymore. They teach him you've got to play positions and do this and mark your man and do, oh, well, I marked my man. Yeah, but they scored. Yeah, but I marked my man. The ball was right in front of you, Saka. You could have cleared it on the court as it came across. Yeah, but I marked my man. And that's the difference in footballers and the modern day footballer. Right, so let's watch this defender. He's fully committed and he's look, he's still trying. He's gone down, knees there. He's still trying to block it. He's still trying to actually defend it, throw his body in the way and defend the goal. That's the difference in quality defending and people that you want on your team, you know, because they're going to give it your all the whole time. Let's get on to the last goal. Last goal, what am I on about? It's the penalty decision that's not a penalty. Right, so hear me out here. Why I think this isn't a penalty. Watch Olgard. Does he make the pass to Saka, hence giving possession away of the ball? Yeah, okay, so let's just watch that. 1, 2, tap. Yes, he's put it away. Now the contact's happening, okay? The ball's not there. This is now for Saka to take a shot. That's what you wait for happen. Yeah, you don't let that advantage play and then give a penalty. Is that such a big deal? No, because it's so fast. You know, you can be excused for that. But I want to show you the challenge. And this is the problem I have. He's poked the ball away. Then there's contact here, but it's minimal contact. Now, the only reason I was saying about maybe the rule change is because it is from behind. So I don't know what the Champions League mandate is on that, because sometimes they have weird mandates that any tackle from behind with contact is X, right? And they do have those strange things sometimes. They even implement them in different parts of the actual Champions League sometimes. But that's not enough contact to go down. He's already made the pass. Why do we know it's not enough contact to go down? Because he doesn't. And as the pass goes on, look, there, plants his foot. He's knocked down. That's the key part. There's not enough contact to foul him or put him down. Look at his body shape. You can clearly see the defender's pulled his foot back away. No. Did he touch him? Yes. Enough to bring him down? No, not even close. But then I crumble on the floor, and now I'm acting like, oh, what? And that's why there's a penalty, because you're cheating. Olgard, you're one of my favourite players. Don't do that. That makes you look terrible. It's not a penalty. Barely any, well, no contact whatsoever. But there we go. Saka steps up and does what he does. Whacks into the net box, gets himself a goal. So we'll look at our 4 again, right? Same attacking prowess, same what we're doing. We've got our 2 finishes on the back post. Here's our creative 4 trying to make something happen, whatever that may be, a cross or whatever we're doing over here. And these guys are our cleanup crew for anything that goes wrong, right, or whatever. Brilliant. So ball gets played in as we knock it in. No, he doesn't. He looks like he's doing it. So all the defenders are backing off him. Do you see this guy here not going to the ball quick enough, not closing it down quick enough, tracking a runner instead of going to the ball? Remember, the football's the thing that gives you points when you kick it into the net box, not tracking the runner. Doesn't do that. So he gets to get his shot away for free. It's an okay shot. You know, I'd say it's a 4 out of 10 for a shot, really. He pulls the trigger. Decent. It's okay, but it's right down the keeper's throat. Keeper really doesn't have to move. Now, I'm going to play this a couple of times to show you the difference, right? This, because I want to actually play the little clip in a couple of seconds so you can see it and not stop it. This defender here is with him, and then he doesn't go, right? And as the shot's taken, he stops. So, but as he moves, watch, because I'm not sure who this is. I think it's Trossard. Carries on going. You can see the defender's stopped. Do you see him stop? I don't need to play it a couple of times. You can see it the first time. He stops. And then Trossard carried on running. This is the difference in level of defending. That defender there stops. He shouldn't. He should have carried on. Doesn't. Now Trossard. Now he's starting to react. I think it's Trossard. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. Now he gets a free header into the goal just because the defender that was with him stopped when the shot was taken to admire the shot, not track the runner, and then he's not in position to do anything about this free tap-in. Bosh. Then you can see his reaction. He knows he should have done better. He knows he should have tracked the runner, and he knows he's been lazy. Yeah, there's the differences in mindsets of players and how things go. Hopefully I've given you a good breakdown for how Arsenal create and make their opportunities, and you should see that week in, week out now. But there we go. See you next time on Cash Talks Football.